When we say alignment trumps everything, you could work 2 hours a day and surpass all of them if it was 2 hours of pure alignment. You could work 1 hour a day and surpass them if it was 1 hour of pure alignment. You see, it's not the time that they're spending, it's the alignment that you're finding in the time that you're spending.
I feel the truth of that. So please help me understand. If I have worked 11 hours and my gut instinct, my intuition, my source says it would be really fun to leave.
Well, you see, if you were in alignment for that 11 hours, and this is the reason that this conversation matters about what Jerry and Esther were doing to you. If you were in alignment during that time, maybe you would work straight through in that time, and maybe you would work an hour and then do something else. But you can't know that unless you're in the moment in alignment. You've got to get the relativity out into the forefront between what your vortex is and what you're doing in the moment. And it's sort of one of those things, you know, when you say you had to be there. Well, this is one of these conversations. You can't really understand what pure alignment and pure flow is unless you're in the moment of allowing it. And when you're not in the moment of allowing it and trying to examine it or understand it, it's more difficult to get your thoughts around it because it's not happening.
Okay.
That's why we want it to be an unconditional experience. That's why we want you to go for the emotion of it rather than for the condition of it. So as you're describing this to us, this results that you want,
yes,
and the conditions that you have observed and come to an evaluation of that it requires, you're putting a condition on it where these people are willing to put the condition of 13 hours of endeavor, and you're only really wanting to put the condition of 11 hours of endeavor, and we want to take the condition out of it altogether and talk about the emotional accomplishment. So let's just set aside how long it takes, and let's just for a moment set aside what you'd even be doing in that time that you would be taking, and let's just talk about what you're reaching for emotionally. What is it that you're translating into an emotion? What do you think those conditions are going to translate into emotionally? And let's not ask those conditions to do it. Let's just take it from the vibration and do it.
Filthy, filthy riches.
So there's discord in that.
Why? No, there isn't. No, what? That's wonderful.
Then why is it filthy?
Because it's awesome.
Why is it filthy? There's a vibrational root there. Why is it filthy? Because there is disdain from others.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
And so you have included the disdain from others in your
and
goal.
Absorbed it and loving it and okay with it.
Well, maybe not. But so let's path of least resistance it a little bit. So you're reaching for the vibration of. Now, that filthy richness or whatever description you want to put upon it is still a condition. It's a condition. We're reaching for an emotion. What's the emotion of that condition? Because you're still giving us conditions and we understand it, but what's the emotion that you're reaching for from that condition of being filthy rich? What's the emotion? What's the emotion that you've translated vibration into?
Very, very capable. I can do anything. I'm success.
So invincibility.
Yes.
Alignment.
Yes.
Clarity.
Yes.
Satisfaction. Cool. Satisfaction is a really good emotion to focus on. Satisfaction. Freedom. Freedom, not exactly an emotion, but it certainly is a state of being that you can feel. Freedom. Freedom. So feel the cross current. Freedom is freedom to flow, freedom to feel, freedom to know, freedom to receive, freedom to be in the receptive mode. Because you see, that's all we're wanting to help you accomplish. We want to help you to get into the receptive mode so that you can translate that vibration into manifestations of feeling, in manifestations of invincibility, into manifestations of worthiness, in manifestations of alignment, in manifestations of clarity, and into manifestations of stuff and experiences and wealth, all of that, manifestations. But if you're going for these manifestations before you've consistently accomplished the manifestation of the emotion, now you're conditional in it, and the condition is shooting you in the foot, and you don't even know it because you're calling rich filthy and don't even realize it. You see what we're getting at? Cool. There's all sort of baggage in the condition, like comparison of how hard I work and how hard somebody else works and whether I beat them and whether I don't, throwing unnecessary resistance onto your trail, when really all you ever have to do is tell your inner being what you want. You've already done that. It's in the vortex. It's all lined up. There's a vibrational reality that you're trying to translate into things. You want to translate this vibrational reality into an emotional reality, into being in the receptive mode, receptive of translating those vibrations into emotions. People have it backwards. They want to translate the condition, the work, the reward, the paycheck into the emotion. Give me that and I'll feel this way. That's backwards. Feel this way. Feel this way. It's all about feeling this way. You can do it unconditionally. You can feel that freedom. You can feel that invincibility. You can feel that clarity. You can feel that alignment. You can feel it regardless of how many hours you're working, condition, how many other people are there, condition, how much money you're making today, condition. You can have all of this emotional manifestation now, unconditionally. You can accomplish this emotional manifestation now. And when you do it, and when you do it, and when you do it, until you own it, and then you own it, and then you own it, and then you own it, before you know it, not that long, you have removed all of the resistance that you've been putting on your trail, from your trail, and now your path is so vivid and clear that every step you take is in the direction of the things that you want. You don't want to just get to that place of having all of that money. You think you do. You want to get to that place of knowing what that feels like, to be unbound by anything. And the only way you will ever feel unbound by anything is by being in a place of non-resistance, because it's only resistance that binds you. And every condition, it doesn't matter what it is, has stuff in it that binds you up. There isn't anything that anybody wants, whether it's a material object, a state of being, a pile of money, a relationship, a circumstance, an event. There is nothing that anybody wants that is for any other reason that they believe they will feel better in the having of it. But it's still conditional. Give me these things, give me this circumstance, give me this event, give me this relationship, give me this pile of money, give me this, and then I'll feel better. And we say, oh yeah, you're going to feel better. Yes, you are, but it's so inconsistent. It's up and down. And you are giving yourself over to others who are holding the keys to it. You want the freedom. You want your direct path to it. Find the vibration first. Say to yourself, oh, I might be becoming filthy rich, but what I'm really doing is becoming filthy happy. What I'm really discovering is clarity. What I'm really showing myself is that I have the ability to choose the thought of lesser and lesser and lesser resistance until I'm in the place where my inner being is. And you know, your inner being knows where you stand physically in relationship to everything that you've created vibrationally. Did we tell you that? We didn't tell you that today. Many of you know it already. You were source energy before you came into this physical body, and that source energy part of you still exists in what we are calling a vibrational reality. So here you are in this personality, exploring variety, knowing what you don't want, knowing what you do want, and carving out for yourself a vibrational reality. And your inner being becoming that, becoming every single thing that you ask for. When someone's rude, you want them to be nicer. When you're rude, you want to be nicer. When you don't have enough money, you want more money, and on and on and on it goes. So you've created a vibrational version of yourself that you are not yet, we love you so much, very good at translating. And the reason you're not good at translating your vibrational version into a reality is because you want to skip the emotional part, which comes first, and go right to the manifestation. And since you can't, you don't go. You cannot circumvent this process, this evolution of vibration into manifestation. Everything that you see and the evolution of all species is about that. First, there is the experience that causes you to launch the rocket of desire. And then there is the becoming of the desire. It's becoming more and more and more. And the question is, are you going to get in the receiving mode of the very desire that you have created? And the answer for most people is not anytime soon. But the answer for deliberate creators is, yeah, I can feel when I'm in the vibrational proximity of it. I can feel when I'm in the vibrational proximity of it. So I keep choosing the thought that feels better. So, path of least resistance. I have to work harder than I really want to get what I want. That's not a path of least resistance. That's a path of more resistance. Thought. These people that are winning are doing better than I am because they are working longer hours. You can tell by the way that feels. That is contrary to what you know. Thought, translation of vibration into thought. A thought that you may receive and catch a whiff of. I can be or do or have anything. Really general. But it takes hard work off the path. I can be or do or have anything. I'm finding my way vibrationally on the path. But I have to work 13 hours instead of 11. or I have to work 11 instead of 10 or 9 or 8 or 7 or 6. Conditional, off the path. I am an extension of source energy, on the path. Law of attraction is managing this universe, on the path. Law of attraction is reading my vibration and answering it, on the path. Law of attraction is reading my vibration, and I am the receiver of the vibration that I am accomplishing, on the path. I have the ability to feel prosperous even before the money rolls in, on the path. I can find the vibrational reality of it. I can find the vibrational key of it. I can experience vibrational prosperity. I can find the vibration of prosperity before the condition of it ever shows itself to me, on the path. I have the ability to feel good regardless of the condition, on the path. I need that condition to be better so I can feel better, off the path. And after you play with this a little while, you begin to feel your invincibility. And once you are consistently feeling that empowerment, what happens is those ideas that keep coming, those ideas that you are receiving, you see, they're always being transmitted to you. But if you're looking at a condition that hasn't been accomplished yet, then you've got resistance that is keeping you from interpreting the vibration in a clear way. If you have taken the condition that is absent right now out of the equation, then you're not throwing resistance on the trail, and you have a better probability of having a pure vibration. And in that pure vibration, an idea comes to you. Oh, even better than an idea, timing comes to you, so that you're accomplishing in shorter and shorter time what others are taking longer and longer to do. Now you look at how long it's taking the others, you've left your path. You're trying to convey to them what you're doing. They don't understand it. You've left your path. You're trying to justify not being there such long hours. You've left your path. In other words, you can just feel. Haven't you had those conversations where you're sure about something and somebody wants you to explain to them why you are so darn sure? And you know that they're not going to get it. You know that there are not enough words now or maybe ever for them to understand it. And can't you feel the futility? And you know why you're having that feeling? Is because you've left your path. You are throwing stuff on your trail. You are throwing resistance onto your path, and you are preventing yourself from the clarity that would be there and that is there when you don't do that, you see. So after a little while, what begins to happen is your quest becomes the emotional thing. You begin to understand that all you have to do, all you have to do, all you really want to do, all you need to do, all that is required in order to be or do or have anything that you want is to find the emotional essence of it and practice it until you own it, even before the conditions support it. And if you're able to do that, then you're offering the vibration consistently enough that you're in the receiving mode consistently enough, and now ideas are flowing and people are watching and they'll say, man, are you ever in the zone? Or, oh, things are really working out for you. And you say, I know, I found my groove. Well, how'd you do it? I quit worrying about what you think, and I quit worrying about what everybody thinks. I quit needing to justify anything to everybody. I let my goal be the way I feel, and I showed myself that I could find it easily. I care about how I feel. Oh, you mean you want to be playful and you want to be happy? I mean, I want clarity. I want satisfaction. I want to feel good. I want to feel the wholeness of who I am. I won't settle for anything less. I will no longer fritter away my alignment to the energy that creates worlds in order to jump through somebody else's hoops. I will no longer fritter away the energy that creates worlds, that is the life force of who I am, in order to explain to somebody who's never going to get it no matter how many words I offer them. I'm done justifying. I'm done explaining. I'm done jumping through hoops. I get this. I know that there is a vibration. I know that I've carved it out. I know that much of it came with me. I know that much of it has been created since I got here. I know that there's a vortex. I can feel it. I can feel my relativity to it. I can feel my relationship with it. I can feel who I am. I can feel when I'm on point. I can feel when I'm on point. I can feel when I'm off point. And more I'm making those selfish choices. I talk to the people who don't drag me off. I talk to myself about thoughts that don't drag me off. I selectively sift through my own past for thoughts that don't drag me off. I deliberately look around my now for things that feel good to me. I'm really good at this. I'm really good at tuning my dial, tuning right in to the vibrational essence of who I am. And now those thoughts, those vibrational realities that have been over in my vortex, that have been culminating and becoming, the law of attraction is made huge. Now I have access to them. And now with so little effort and so little climbing and clawing and so little comparison, I'm just able to tune in and get an idea, and tune in and get a feeling about timing, and tune in. And do other people like it? No. Do I care? No. Could I explain it to them? No. They haven't been where I am. They don't know who I am. They weren't there as I built my vortex. They don't know why this feels good to me and why this doesn't. They don't know that I would rather, more than life itself, sit here and do this recording in a hot Prevost bus than anything else, any other choices that are around me in the moment. No one knows but me. No one knows but me.
Was it their highest bliss?
Endlessly.
Cool.
Endlessly.
Cool.
Endlessly. Oh, when you get tuned into who you are, then everything that is about that is delicious, you see. You got that, didn't you? Yeah.